Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Akimbot. So dear viewers, this particular video game originally released in 2024. A year I remember fondly as the year I played a hell of a lot of video games. But we are not here to talk about just any old video game. Like I said, we're here to talk about Akimbot, and I know exactly what you're thinking, dear viewers. Oh CG, you oh so talented chap you, who likes to occasionally cosplay as a sex robot and disturb Bertrum in the hours of sleep. What the hell is Akimbot? And I'm so glad that you asked, dear viewer. This is a 3D action-adventure platformer video game thingamajig, in which we play as Exe, an outlaw robot, and his unexpected sidekick Shipset, as they blast their way through armies of robots, control spaceships, and go on a mission to save the universe from impending doom. So let's review this bloody video game the only way I know how, badly. And let's start with what I absolutely loved about Akimbot. Everything. I loved everything about this game. Oh, you want me to go into more detail? Okay, if you insist so. It's your time that I'm wasting. Like I already alluded, dear viewers, this is a 3D action-adventure platformer video game. So that means you're going to be doing a lot of, you guessed it, platforming, as well as arming yourself with an assortment of firearms to blast your way through those dreaded robots. And while that in itself is incredibly fun, I also absolutely adored this way broke up the gameplay with some other types of sections. Wall running, using your grappling hook to traverse chasms and pits of lava, etc. There's 2D side-scrolling sequences which kind of play like an old-fashioned beat-em-up. There's sequences in which you ride a vehicle. There's even a sequence in which you take control of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Haha! Or should I say, a Robo-Tyrannosaurus Rex. Because as you can probably tell from the footage I'm showing you here, this is a science fiction type affair. So no human beings here. No, just crazy bastard robots. Or CBR, if you prefer. There's even space battles in which you take control of, you guessed it, a spaceship. And all of these sequences are an absolute blast to play through, whether you're platforming, whether you're shooting, whether you're using the vehicle, whether you're in the space battles. This game is non-stop action. And as we all know, that equals non-stop fun. I also really enjoyed the central friendship between Exe and his sidekick Shipset, who I only learned, once I got to the credits of the game, were both voiced by the same exact bloody person. In English anyway, and I never would have guessed. Especially given that Exe is the more gruff, rough around the edges of the two, and Shipset, well, Shipset sounds a hell of a lot of, I meant to say hell a lot like Claptrap from the Borderlands games. And don't you worry, dear viewers, he's just as annoying here as he is in the Borderlands games. Though I did find their friendship to be quite endearing, reminding me of buddy cop movies. You know the kind where they start off and they're kind of indifferent to each other, though through the course of events in the adventure they grow closer together. Kind of like Ratchet and Clank, which of course I must acknowledge must have been an inspiration for this game. The game also has, as you can see here, some wonderful visuals and an excellent soundtrack, which rather bizarrely in parts reminded me of Crash Bandicoot. I wonder if they were maybe composed by the same talented bastard. I'll have to check that later. A final note on the gameplay before I forget to mention it, but all of the game's mechanics, be it the different types of gameplay we experience, like the side-scrolling beat-em-up section, taking control of the Tyrannosaurus Rex robot thing, the space battles, controlling a vehicle, all of that gets used to absolutely wonderful effect in this game's climactic showdown. Which of course I'm not going to spoil for you here, but let's just say it was the absolute perfect way to end this game. Now, if you're waiting for me to say something negative about this particular title, though I have racked my brain for all of 12 seconds, I can't think of anything. I had an absolutely amazing time playing through this game. Though maybe I was about to say the word plowing. I do often think of plowing. Plowing. Anyway, this game is absolutely fantastic. So if you're a fan of 3D platformers, then you owe it to yourself to play this game. And better yet, it doesn't have one of those premium price tags on Xbox or the PlayStation Store. So I have absolutely no hesitation in declaring that Akimbot is splendid. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another review by yours truly. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Plowing. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.